My name is Garcia and I'm here with Addy.
Hi guys.
We are going to be working on a really cute project today. We're going to be working with the new Heaven Sent To collection. If you haven't seen this is already shipping to stores. And it's a beautiful collection, perfect for all those baby pictures, your loved ones. We're going to be working with a couple of things. We also wanted to showcase some of our Prima dyes and show you different ways to use these. There's so many different ones that you can use, but what I love is that you don't have to just use them for planners. You can use them for anything you like. Now today we're going to be using my magnetic dossier, okay? If you have any questions, you can always leave them in the comments. Daisy is here, as well as Carrie is going to be answering any questions you have. And we're just going to get right into it because we have a lot to do here. So I've already pre-painted my book here. The magnetic dossier I love because it's a really easy book to paint, and also it's magnetic, so you can see it has the magnets right here, and it has all these wonderful pages that you can go in and alter later. So I love that. I love that about this book. Now I've already cut some of the paper, and look at how beautiful that is. All of the papers have holographic foil, which is really cool. It's something different. I don't think I've seen that anywhere. So I'm going to get started by covering the book. So I have these pieces right here. These are from the A4 paper pad. Now, something that I want to talk about is that the A4 paper pad actually fits the book perfectly because it's long. So anytime you're working with a book like this, you want to make sure you are using a long paper pad so that you have pretty big space to work with. Now, I'm going to use, I always use artisan tape for my covers just because it's easier and it's also strong. And as you know, artisan tape comes in different sizes. I'm using my 1" here, and I'm making sure that I'm right at the edge of that paper so that I don't have any corners lifting or anything like that. So I'm going to put a couple of pieces here. And of course, you can make this book to be for a baby girl or a baby boy. Anything will work. I think that a lot of people nowadays are mixing these pastel colors for any baby. So, you know, pink for boys isn't a bad thing either. So I'm gonna have Addy do the next one here for me, and I'm gonna tape this down. And this is gonna be for the cover. Now, for those of you that want the exact measurements for this, this is gonna be 8 3/4 long by 5 3/4 wide. So if you wanted to,
Can I grab the scissors?
yeah. If you wanted to follow along here or make your own later. And don't worry guys, if you miss any of the measurements, this is all going to be recorded. And I mean, to be honest, we're just on the fly creating here. We didn't really plan this out. So we're gonna see what we come up with, something cute, I'm sure. I'm gonna tape this on here, and I always try to center it the best I can. And I always like to leave a little border. So when I leave a little border, you can see it looks really nice and neat. Okay, so that's my front, and I'm gonna go on to my back here.
All right, one more. I'm kind of fairly new with your tape.
I know.
It's very sticky.
It is very
strong.
sticky, and this is actually bookbinding grade tape. It actually is very strong. And what I like to do sometimes is I like to take my bone folder, and I like to make sure I burnish it really well into the paper, because sometimes you have those little areas that kind of pop off. Now I'm gonna add, I'll cut off the excess here.
Sorry.
It's okay.
That looks really nice.
It does. I'm gonna take my 1/2 inch, and I'm just gonna go ahead and run a little piece in the center right here, just to make sure we get everything. And again, guys, if you guys have any questions, let us know. Daisy is on the cam today.
Hello, everyone.
Okay, now I'm going to use the same pattern for the back. I love this polka dot pattern. I think it looks really cute.
It's a perfect pink, too.
It is. It's a perfect blush pink. I love it. And it's so hard to cover some of this paper up because it's so pretty. Now I'm just going to get this edge right here because I want to make sure it's nice and even. All right. Now remember, we're using the magnetic dossier, so that's the book that you want to get if you want to make this project at home.
Kay is asking what the name of the tape is again.
The tape is called artisan tape, and it comes in different sizes.
There are a few here we can show. Please find what you need. What are your sizes, Frank?
So it comes in 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 1 inch, and 2 inch and 5/8
We're
now.
missing one, right?
Yeah.
I don't have them all here, I just have a couple. but it does come in different sizes. I don't have the 2-inch or the 5/8 here. I'm just touching up my book here because I noticed I missed a couple of spots with the paint. All right, looks good. And I'm just going to put this in the center. Okay, perfect. All right, now on the sides are going to be 2 inches by 8 3/4. So the same size, just a little bit shorter. So I'm gonna take my 1-inch tape. It probably works quicker. And I always recommend when using my tape to use Teflon scissors because it makes it easier to cut, and then you don't have to worry about the scissors getting too sticky. Of course, because the tape is sticky, they'll get sticky, but you can always remove that with alcohol or Glue Gun or anything like that. So where is everybody watching from? I'm always interested to know. Daisy, tell us where everybody is from. Any international friends? There always seems to be international friends on when we do Facebook Live. Oops, thank you. I'm gonna put one more strip here in the middle.
Oklahoma.
Oh, hello.
Arkansas. Oregon.
Hello, wow, lots of people on, huh?
Wisconsin.
Hello from Wisconsin. I'm gonna be in Wisconsin soon.
India. Ooh, we got international. Florida, Minnesota.
Cool.
Texas.
Oh, Texas. I hope you guys are keeping safe.
Mm-hmm.
Spain. Kentucky.
Now this is the side here. Now I always try to match it up to my edge here. Okay, so because I'm working on this side, I always flip it to make sure that it's in the same space as the ones in the front and the back. Okay, now I have my other side right here, and I'm gonna go ahead and adhere that.
Someone's watching live from a flight from, I think it said LAX.
Oh wow.
Well, that's fun.
Okay, so we got that on there. Perfect. Now we have all of our sides covered. Okay. Now I want to go in here and get this inside page done. Now this inside page matches the outside, so it's actually the same size. So it's actually 8 3/4 by 5 3/4. So it's exactly the same size. I'm going to use this pattern. It's so cute. I love this.
Love it.
Okay. Now I am running low on my 1-inch tape here, so I'm going to try to make it last as much as I can. But I'll just make it work.
We got someone from Holland.
Holland, oh my god, yes. Love Holland. Now on this part right here, because it is a magnet book, you need to make sure that when you adhere this, and I'm going to show you guys in just a second here what I mean. When you adhere this part, you need to make sure you burnish this piece really well, because the magnets need to touch the other side. So I'm going to go ahead and take the backing off of this. And I'm going to go ahead and adhere it right here. Now what I was talking about is you can actually see the magnets right here. So you need to make sure that you get in there really well, because otherwise it's not going to magnetize well. Now on this page right here, you don't want to put anything on here because this here has the magnet. So if you block this, you won't be able to close it. Does that make sense? So you always need to make sure that you have this open. Now you can definitely add a picture in here because pictures are thin, but I wouldn't suggest putting any flowers or anything like that on there because otherwise you're gonna have issues. Okay, so there you go. That closes beautifully. Now for the wings, I'm gonna be using this paper right here that's already cut. This is the one that has a really pretty foil. You can see how nice that goes. Now this size here is going to be 9 by 8 3/4. Okay, so I did both sides the same. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and take my tape again, and I'm gonna take my 1/2 inch here. Now, very important part of this here, because you do have a fold, okay, you need to make sure that when you put this on, that in these areas right here, you put enough tape. Otherwise, you're gonna have a problem. So I'm actually gonna go this way instead. And I'm gonna put my tape on here. Making sure that I cover and don't leave a lot of gaps, okay? Now I'm gonna just kind of go in with my 1/2 inch. Now this collection is Heaven Sent Part 2, okay? This is our follow-up to our very popular collection that we had last year. Everybody loved it, and we released it again. It was a really big hit. So I actually sent Addy to get me some more 1 inch because I think we're gonna be here a while if we continue using the 1/2 inch, but hopefully she comes back soon.
Okay, saying that the artisan tape needs to come in sheets too. That's
Ooh, that is a good idea. Yes, I'll have to recommend that. Yes, artisan tape is great for sheets as well. But yes, it does need to come in sheets. It will make this so much easier. So I'm just gonna cover this real quick. Making sure, again, that I burnish all that tape in there. And now the reason why I'm putting a lot of tape on here is because I want to make sure that none of this buckles into my book. So when you actually adhere it onto your book, you don't want it to buckle. And I'll show you in a minute why I'm saying that, because a lot of people make a mistake here and then their book gets damaged or their paper gets damaged, and it's usually not really good to do that. Then your whole project is ruined. So you need to make sure that that part is taken care of. Oh my god, I think Addy's back to the rescue. Yay! I love it. Okay. Thanks, Addy.
Have a safe trip, Irene. Thank you for watching.
Alright, so I got another roll of... Oh, Irene's leaving. Bye, Irene.
You can kind of show them what the packaging, what it looks like, so they know if they want to screenshot it, what they're looking for here. So Frank is opening that up so we can get...
Alright, we can get going a little quicker here. Okay. So much easier. Alright, and while I'm doing this, I'll have Addy just peel all of these for me, the fun part, and then I'll work on the other one real quick. So again, we are covering the inside wings of the book. These are going to be 9 by 8 3/4. Okay, they're already kind of measured out for you guys so that it's easier to adhere. And again, you don't want to leave a very big gap in between these tape pieces, and I'll tell you why in just a second, because this will make it so much easier for you to adhere later. Oh, is Jessica on from Sweden? Hi, Jessica. I know Jessica. She's watching all the way from Sweden. Yeah, and I love that it comes off really easy. It's really, really neat. All right, almost done here, guys. And just one more strip I'm gonna put in here. All right, so I'm gonna just cut off these little excess pieces. All right, so this one's ready to go. I'm gonna flip my book up this way, and I'm gonna go ahead and carefully put it all the way to the edge of my book, okay? So I'm gonna just kind of center that right here, making sure it's nice and centered. And I'm gonna go ahead and adhere it. I know this is a very nerve-wracking part for everybody. Everybody freaks out all the time. Now, again, because we are making sure that this adheres well, I'm gonna go ahead and use my little bone folder. Now the magnets are in here, so I'm gonna make sure that my magnets are well burnished.
Hello to everyone that just joined us.
Hello. How beautiful is this? And this is actually like it's like you're not really putting any effort onto this to make it look pretty. It's just perfect the way it is. So I'm gonna take this and do the other side, making sure it's all the way to the edge. Now, I'm going to show you guys in a minute why it was important for us to put all that tape. So I'm going to just burnish this all the way down. And you can feel the magnets right here. So as you're burnishing, you're making sure that those magnets are nice and attached. Okay, now, you carefully want to lift this, okay? And you see how that creates a natural fold right here. If you didn't have tape here, this would buckle up. It would pop up because you don't have enough adhesive. But with the artisan tape, you don't have to worry about that because it's really strong book binding grade, okay? So all I have to do is fold, 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 and I'm good. See that? So this is gonna go on the front like this, and you're good to go. See how easy that was? So you have your sides covered up. Now we're gonna start working on the top here. Now we're gonna add some fun stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and measure this out for you guys and add some fun things. So I always like to work in layers. So I'm gonna go ahead and create a layer that's going to be about 5 1/4 by 8 1/4. So I'm gonna take my trimmer and I'm gonna take some of this pretty paper. So 8 1/4, well, I'm actually gonna do this 5 1/4 first because I want to make sure that I have the lines going horizontal. And then I'm gonna go into 8 1/4. Right, now I know the back is beautiful, I know. Do not kill me because I'm using the back side, but sometimes you just need B sides, right, Addy?
Of course.
All right, now I'm gonna take some foam tape on here. And you guys know I love my foam tape. So I'm just gonna add some foam tape. And I like creating layers. Layers are good for books because they create more interest. So I'm gonna add some layers.
Someone's suggesting to please send a tutorial.
Okay, well this is going to be recorded. So if you guys need to re-watch it, you can always re-watch it later. And we'll post it on our Facebook page once it's done. Alright, I'm going to make sure that that's nice and burnished. I'm going to cut off a little bit of this excess. Okay. And I'm just going to peel this off. Now, Addy, while I'm working on this, what are we going to work on the inside later?
We are going to be cutting out using these personalized size. This is personal size. So this is the divider tabs for a personal size planner, but you are going to adjust them a little bit to make tabs for the book. So in a little bit, we're going to be using our Sizzix machine to cut these up, and then we're going to be cutting the sides off so we can adjust these however we want, and then we'll just be using the tabs. Cool. So it's really neat how we can use these in different ways.
Yeah, those are really versatile dies. All right, I'm centering this in the middle here now because I love pink. It's so pretty. So I'm gonna take my ruler again, okay? And I'm actually going to create a third layer that's going to be 5 inches. So now I'm gonna add another paper that's a little bit more, let's see, it's a little bit more different. I'm actually gonna take this one right here. And I'm gonna cut another piece that's going to be 5. inches.
Moving me, Frank.
I'm losing my stuff.
So much fun, beautiful stuff around here.
Okay, so I'm gonna just make it 5 by 8. Now look at how pretty that foil looks on there.
It's beautiful.
I love it.
It's really fun. Right, and if you guys have any questions or need me to repeat the measurements, let Daisy know or Carrie know, and we will be sure to repeat that. And again, if you're just joining us, we are using Heaven Sent Part 2, which is the new collection from Prima that's just shipping to stores. I'm adding another layer of foam tape on here. Alright, we're going to take these off. This is where it ends, I think, when they actually make these. So funny, look, it's 2 pieces. Okay, we're almost there. Okay. I'm going to layer this on top of this. Okay, now it does add a little bit of a nice border.
Reach us aside, Frank.
Hello. Welcome. Thank you for joining. All right, now we have our little layers here. Now I'm going to start working with my Remnant domes. Okay, now if you guys remember, these came out not too long ago. And these are really fun. I love creating with these. These are just fun. Here, a little shaker and create something fun. So I'm going to open these up, and these are great for all albums. I'm going to take one of these out. And they're made of acrylic, so they're really nice. Nice quality to them. Now I'm just going to go ahead and pick a pattern. And depending on what you want to show inside, I'm going to just pick a pattern here from the paper pad. And it has to be something probably that's not so busy. So we're going to go with this pretty neutral pattern. Now, Addy, do you have a pencil? Now, what you want to do is you want to take this and you want to just kind of put it wherever you feel like you need, you have space basically to work on. We're going to go ahead and trace the outside of this using a pencil. Okay, that Addy is grabbing for me real quick.
David says she loves the Remnant domes.
Yes, these are really fun, and you can actually add a ton of stuff to this. So you can add you know, sequins, you can add beads, all kinds of stuff. Now I'm gonna just take this light colored pencil. It doesn't really matter what pencil you use, and I'm gonna trace the outside of this. Okay. Now I'm gonna take my scissors and I'm gonna cut this. It doesn't have to be perfect, okay? It could be a little messy. It's just for you to get an idea. Okay. Now I'm gonna go ahead, and before I do anything, I'm gonna put some foam tape on here because I wanna make sure it's ready to go before I actually attach it. How's everybody doing so far?
Alexandra's asking what scissors you're using.
I'm using, well, which ones? The white ones?
Oh, yeah, the white ones, yes.
Oh, the white ones from Martha Stewart. Now, because this is a round shape, sometimes it's a little hard to get this tape on there. You can definitely go around it if you wanted to, but I'm just going to put a couple of strips.
You're saying that you're doing really good with your demonstration.
Oh, cool. Thank you.
Soraya from Brazil.
Ooh, Brazil. Add one more little piece right here. Now I think this is my favorite part, and it's probably Addy's favorite part too. We're gonna go ahead and start putting goodies in the middle. All right, so I'm gonna flip this over, and I'm gonna take some of my little goodies that I have in here. Okay, now we have some sequins. I'm gonna. Oh, actually, before I do that, do we have the ephemera from this collection?
We do.
Okay, I think we should add something cute in the
This
middle.
is the ephemera pack. It comes with 68 pieces here.
And what does it come with?
Let's see what it comes with. It's gonna have. Ooh, it's gonna have stickers. I can open these without ruining it. So you're gonna get a sticker pack here. They're beautiful stickers with foil on them. And then of course, so much ephemera.
All the goodies, all the goodies. Give me all the goodies. Okay, so I love all of these shapes. They're so cute. Look at that little guy.
Gosh,
But I
so
love
cute.
the deer. I think the deer is my favorite.
She's so cute with the bow.
Okay, I think I'm gonna use her.
Let me talk about all of these though. How
Yeah, why don't you
cute
show
are they?
those while I do
Look at the tickets, guys. These are so pretty. You can use this as a frame out here. See how they come out apart. You can also use these in your planners and your traveler's notebooks. These do perfect layout. You can add these to anything really. They're so cute and they're the perfect size. Look at these florals. I love these for your traveler's notebooks.
Yeah, those are great.
Look at these little tags. These have so much little detail. So cute. Look at this one. Oh my god, I love this. It's like a washi strip. It's like cut out. So cute.
Now I did put a little bit of foam tape on here. So you can see I'm just putting a little foam tape just to make sure it's raised a little bit. Daisy, how you doing over there?
I'm okay.
All right. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and center this in the middle. Now, depending on how I want my dots to go, I'm just gonna go ahead and put it right here. Now, before I do that, I'm just gonna trim off some of this right here.
Tanya says, I love the prints. They remind me of the baby book from the 50s.
I know,
my
right?
gosh,
They're so
yes.
fun.
Look at these tickets. This really looks like a miniature ticket. It's so cute.
Okay, so I have this little guy on there. I'm gonna take my sequins. These are from Memory Hardware. Okay, they come in 3 different shades: rose gold, gold, and matte gold.
I love the rose gold.
I know it's very
My
pretty.
favorite.
Gonna add a couple of those. I'm gonna add a couple of these gold ones. Now I'm gonna make a little tiny mound right there, so I can add a couple of other things. I have my Memory Hardware pearls. Okay,
I love
I'm
those.
gonna add some pearls in there. I only want to add the small ones though. I'm not gonna add the super huge ones. And you can really add anything you
Yeah,
want.
can you show them the colors in this?
they're
They're like
beautiful.
really cute colors. They have like this pastel pink in there. You can't really tell in the camera, but they're so pretty. It's like
And you get
can-
all kinds of colors.
yes, they're like elegant, but yet so cute and so simple. Yet they add the perfect touch.
Okay, I think that's pretty good. And then we're gonna also add, I have these little cute little pom-pom things. I just thought these were
They're so
cute,
cute.
so I'm just gonna add a couple of these. Oops.
Honey says, Addy, you need to send those remnant domes and those embellishments to your DT girls.
I know, guys, they're so cute. Imagine you can make like pockets out of those, little shakers. All this stuff right now, you can totally make.
No, I'm gonna be totally crazy, and that's.
You're gonna be a me. Be careful. Last time we did this, way too much glitter.
I know.
But I love it. It's okay.
It's really pretty.
Frank is being a rebel.
I am being a rebel right now because I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen.
Kathy says it's like building an ephemera salad.
I know, huh? I'm gonna add a little bit of gold here. Okay, so.
Like, can I just like?
No,
Just-
don't.
I'm so tempted right
All
now.
right, now you want to make sure you push everything in because you don't want anything to get stuck on the edge. Make sure you keep it inside.
Frank is so neat. If I was doing this, it would be all over the place right now.
Okay,
Just
now you
what I
want to
wanna
take
do.
your dough, and now I'm going to take a paper towel, okay? And I'm going to make sure that I wipe out any sort of excess, any lint that might be in there because you don't want it to get trapped. And I'm going to take my liquid glue. Now this part is really scary and important. More important than scary. Because you want to make sure that you work kind of quick. So I'm going to take my glue and I'm just going to add some on the edge. Now you want to make sure you kind of even it out. You don't want to put too much because then it's going to seep into the inside. So you want to just kind of put it like thinly on there.
You zigzag around.
Yeah. And what I do sometimes too is I just kind of wipe it with my finger just to make sure it's not super thick. Okay. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and put this down.
And he's asking what kind of glue you're using.
I'm using Helmar glue.
We can show them.
Quick dry adhesive.
Okay, so now I am pushing this down in there. Okay, now once I have that, I'm going to go ahead and trim off the excess paper. And see, that's why I said it doesn't really matter how you cut the paper because you can just trim off the excess on here. Okay. We're doing pretty good.
You shake it.
Well, hold on. We're gonna.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, so you kind of have a really cute little shaker in there.
So fun.
Okay, now I'm gonna peel off the little backers from the foam tape, and this is why it's really easy to do the foam tape first because that way you could just peel it off really easily.
Oh, and to answer Faustina's question, this is Frank, and then that's Addy.
Hi
Oh,
guys.
hi.
We're just having a crafty day here at Prima. Having Frank show us how to use this beautiful new collection.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and put this in the front. I'm gonna center it. I'm gonna leave some space there. How cute is that? Oh my god, look at the little felt things. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead now and cover this up. Okay, I have some really pretty trim, okay, that we're gonna use on the edge of this. Okay, so I'm gonna take my glue. Is everybody following along? Everybody good? Anybody have any questions?
I love how sturdy these are. They're not gonna like bend. You know those other ones that like you push too hard and then they like bend. Or...
Yeah, this is made of acrylic, so it's gonna last a while.
So you can shake it as much as you want.
Yeah, you can. All right, so I'm gonna add a little bit of trim here to cover up the lip.
Thank you for all your comments. We're happy that everyone's liking it.
Everything Frank does is so pretty. I'm like dozing off into watching Mia do it.
Mom Paper Pierre Crafts is asking if the critic is from Prima. Yes.
Yes, it's our Remnant dome. So this is Remnant domes from Memory Hardware. How cute is that?
And you went around twice, correct?
I did, just because I like to make sure it's nice and thick and it covers up anything that is in there. All right, now before we get onto the inside, I'm going to decorate the bottom here with some of our new flowers. What do we have, Addy?
These flowers are so beautiful. The colors are just gorgeous. We have like pastel blues and pinks in here. These have glitter. They're so cute, as you can tell. And this one, oh my god, these have like a gold tint to them at the end. They're so pretty.
All right, so I'm just gonna get a go here.
Yeah, these match perfectly with the paper pads. This is like the paper that was in there, as well as this one. They all come, they make a perfect combination. So you get a big variety of sizes and of course different styles. They're all super cute. I love them. I think just picking out a few. I'm going to give him a few more and then he can kind of decide what he wants to add to that.
Amber, yes. The book is from Prima. It's actually part of
the Memory Hardware line. So it's called Magnetic Dossier. Okay, so this is the one that has the waterfall in the middle. If you guys haven't seen all of the Memory Hardware works, we have a lot of different options for Memory Hardware. We have square ones, we have rectangles, we have gatefolds, so those are always fun to work with. So I'm going to go ahead and peel off these greenies because I don't like the greens on flowers. I'm just a little weird like that. Okay. And let me see.
Show them like a closer look at this.
so pretty. I love the edge.
Yes, the edges are just beautiful. I wonder if you can see. And of course we have these like little leaves that it comes with inside too.
So cute.
To add a little bit more to it. Look at how beautiful these are with the gold. And then of course the little ones here.
Alright, so I'm starting with this flower in the corner. And I'm just going to go ahead and keep going here by adding a couple more. And I'm using hot glue because it just works quicker for me. Now I like to just kind of make sure that
You can like adjust them however you want and fluff them back up because sometimes they can get a little smashed inside the packaging, and that's the beauty of these is you can, you know, move the pebbles a little bit just to kind of fluff them up and make them the way you want to.
Mm-hmm.
So very quick.
Thanks, Addy, for that good tip.
I'm just watching you do it and I thought I'd share. So when you glue these down, it doesn't matter how hard you push down, you can always adjust them again.
Yep. Alright, so I'm adding a couple of roses here. I love these roses, they're so pretty.
I love these colors. Combination is so pretty.
Yes, they're so nice. Now I love that all these flowers have the colors from the collection, of course.
Yes. A lot of them match the papers,
Mm-hmm.
which is really perfect. This could be such a cute, like, baby shower gift. Can you imagine?
Yes.
Like, so thoughtful.
Or you know what?
super
Someone was
cute.
telling me the other day, like, because someone was saying, oh, well, I don't have any kids. And she said, but you know what I'm doing? I'm going to print out all my old baby photos and document myself. And I'm like, oh, wow, like, I never really thought about doing that, about documenting your own photos. Like, how fun would that be?
Yes.
So I think that's a great idea. So you can do a lot with this. I mean, I would even consider doing this as a Christmas baby book. How fun would that be? How's everybody doing so far? Okay. All right, so I'm gonna add a couple of more flowers here. I like this big one here, so I'm gonna just put that in the corner.
Here's another look at our ephemera. Little bunny.
So cute.
Cute.
I mean, this can even be used in Easter, you see? Like, it's so versatile. You can use it all year long.
And then the little birdie back there. Do you see it? Oh, you covered it up.
Where? Oh, he's cute. I know. He's so cute.
So cute.
Look at the dick. So cute. Big variety.
How are we doing over here, Frank?
We're doing great. We're just finishing up the cover. And I'm gonna add a couple of more flowers and we'll be good. A little mountain of green leaves over there.
Don't forget, it also comes with stickers, which could be perfect inside your planners as well. So the ephemera pack and the sticker pack, well, this comes together, all this will be in one packet here, and it's like so versatile to where you can use it. But imagine putting this like when you're having a baby shower or just anything really. It's like cutie.
And I love that they're also holographic. Too.
Yes. I love this. Even the tiny little one, this one with the flowers, you can see it in there. It's like in between the little flowers. It's so cute. The detailing, it's just amazing.
Okay, so far this is what we have.
Ooh, how beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
How nice is
So
that?
nice.
Now we're gonna add a couple of little details on here because we have so much fun ephemera. So I'm just gonna have some stuff kind of peeking out.
Ooh.
That'd be cute. Just gonna cut this a little bit. Just like having stuff kind of peek out. Let's see, what else do we got here? Oh, the little bird.
There's two of them. They're so cute.
I like that. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and glue that guy on the
Look at
flowers.
this one.
So we can put this guy right here.
I love him. He's so cute.
And look at that one though.
That
This
one,
one has
the
like
other
a
one's
little
holding a little
flower.
flower.
Yes. It's super cute. Oh my
How
gosh.
cute.
Love them.
Okay, let's see. What else do we have in here?
So
Do we love this little guy right here?
Oh, that would be so cute.
What if he was peeking up from the back?
That's cute.
But I think he looks cute right
He
here.
looks cute there too.
Okay, but we're gonna maybe use him inside. All right. So now what I want to do is I want to take some of my pearls. And I'm just gonna add a couple of pearls here and there.
The pearls give it such a beautiful touch.
Mm-hmm. And you can really add these anywhere you like. I sometimes like adding them in between the flowers. I think it looks really pretty.
Get some more texture, more of a pop. And who doesn't like balls? And the colors in these are so cute.
Closer look of the shaker. And all the fun stuff.
Okay. We've got pretty good.
What do you guys think about it? Do you guys like it?
Alright, because we're winging this, you know, we're just kind of playing around with different things. But now what we want to do is we want to decorate the edge here, because we're so extra. We're going to go ahead and add a little bit of rhinestone trim along the edge of the trim. Okay, so I'm going to just run a little bit of glue here.
The best part about this is like how you can use whatever you really have. I mean, of course you could go buy extra little beads like this, but if you have ribbon at home or other colors, you can, you know, make it work however you want. There's no right or wrong way of doing this. It's just so creative. Like today, we're just kind of going...
We're just going with the flow. We didn't really have anything planned out today. We're just going to work on our
And it's turning out so beautiful.
Yeah, so I'm going to start right here on this edge.
It's so therapeutic and so beautiful.
Okay, and I'm going to cut off the excess here.
So pretty.
Very nice, huh?
Mm-hmm, it's gorgeous.
Oh, the sparkles.
Love that. Now, because we have some empty space right here, I'm going to add some of my pearl trim on the edge. Okay. I'm going to take my glue. And I'm just going to run this all along the edge here. Okay, and I'm going to take my pearl trim and I'm just going to go ahead and line it right here on the edge and squeeze it all the way to the top.
The detailing.
Now, Addy, you want to get the 6x machine ready so that we can start cutting some pieces here.
Yes, of course.
So we're going to work on the inside here in just a sec as soon as I finish this part. And I mean, you can definitely add a lot more to this cover, but we're just going to kind of keep it simple here.
So while Frank does that, we can kind of look at the papers to decide which ones we're going to use for the tabs. These papers are double-sided, and they're the perfect size as well for the jumbo or the big shot physics machine. It's like the perfect size. You don't have to cut it. It goes in perfectly with any die cut you're trying to use. So they're so cute. also has these journaling cards in here you can cut up, or you can use the whole paper. You can see those. And you get quite a few different pages, as well as, you know, the same one so that you can use both sides. You don't have to feel bad about ruining one side.
I think people still feel bad though.
Yeah, because you're like trying to not hide a pretty side, of course. But it's so hard to decide sometimes. Just gotta do it. So I'll just take a few of these out already, so we can be ready. How's that coming along?
It's looking good so far. Just cutting out some of the little strings. How's that look?
That's beautiful.
So pretty.
And it came together pretty easy. I love how that looks. Okay. So, I mean, of course, like I said, you can definitely do much more than this, but we're just going to keep it a little simple today. And we're going to go ahead and go into the inside. Now, what we want to do is we want to make sure that we have, I'll move this out of the way. We have some pages here. So, we're going to go ahead and cut some shapes out. I'm going to have Addy cut some of those die cuts out. Now, again, we're using these dies right here. These are included in the die sets from the planner dies. And you can take a look right here. They come in each one of these packs. Now, of course, you have a ton of embellishments in there that you can actually cut out if you wanted to. There's days, there's little tabs, little note pockets and edges. But we're going to be using the A6 die cut to do that. Now, I'm going to let Addy kind of show you right here. I'm going to move my book out of the way so she can show you.
So here's the Big Shot by Physics. This will fit on about any die cut you have. Let's just take it out of here. And like I said, for the A4 paper pad, it's perfect sizing for this because you don't even have to cut it. It's just going to fit perfectly on here. So I'm just going to cut it right on the mat. I'm going to place the die cut right here and place my other mat right on top. And we just have to run it like once. But I like to run it once forward and of course once. Oops, let me grab onto this because this is kind of heavy duty here. So it works perfect. You can see it's already cut, but I'm just going to bring it back just to make sure we have those perfect cut lines. So it's super easy, you guys. It makes it super easy to make dividers for your planners or different tabs. You can see. Perfect.
How cute is that? Now, of course, because all of our pieces are going to go this way, we want to make sure the pattern goes down this way. But this is just an example on how easy it is to make these. And these would look really cute in your planner. How cute would that be?
Yes, we can actually make another one this way.
So I'm going to have Addy do this in the back here while I kind of adhere them as I go. And then we're going to just make sure that the pattern goes the correct way. So I'm going to move this 6 machine here for her just so that she can work back here and get a couple of these done for me. And she's going to be using a couple of the papers from the paper pad to make these tabs. And you can see how cute these would look. And these would be great for actually adding onto your planner, but also adding to your mini albums. So I'll give these over to Addy here so she can do that. And while she's doing it, I'm going to go ahead and start working on the inside here. So I'm going to go ahead and measure these out. And these are going to be about 5 3/4 by 4. Okay, so I'm going to take my trimmer. Now Addy has already cut some for me, so I'm going to go ahead and cut this down. Now because we are doing these a little different, okay, we're going to go ahead and cut this down. And I'm going to do 5 3/4 right here. Okay. You get a little tiny thing here. Now I'm going to be using the 4x6 cards. I love these. These are so much fun. And I'm going to go ahead and cut this down as well. Just a tab. Alright, now this is going to go ahead and fit directly on here. You can see how pretty that looks. Okay, you're right over there?
It's just a guy, don't worry.
Alright, so I'm going to use my tape runner here.
I'm going to show them how you can use it with two at the same time. They both fit on here. If you're doing personal size. These divider tabs or die cuts also come with an A5 size, so of course you get the bigger one. Those would only fit one at a time, but when you're using little ones, you can...
So it makes it go pretty fast.
Yeah.
Alright. Now I have my first one here, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to make little pockets with these. So I'm actually going to adhere 3 sides on this, and I'm going to take my 1/4 inch tape. And I'm just going to add the tape down at the bottom here.
Tape is so handy for everything.
It is, and the 1/4 inch is great because you can actually do all kinds of pockets and fun stuff. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add this tab right here. And there you have it. See how cute that is? Now right here you can definitely add pictures, you can add all kinds of stuff. You can even add some of the journaling note cards if you wanted to in the little pocket. How cute is that? Right. Okay, so Addy has a couple more here for me. So I'm going to cut a couple of these cards. Now, of course, this obviously is going to take some time to do, but I'm going to do a couple, 2 or 3 here so you guys can see how that's going to look. I have another one here that I've already cut out, actually. So I'm going to take this down.
Show them all the extras that come in these. I mean, you can add any other die cut pieces on top to make it, you know, a little bit different. You can have little tabs. Look at this one, has like a butterfly on top, a heart. These make perfect little like clips you can do for your actual planners or for your albums. Look at these are like little flags here. All of these sets come with different designs on them, which is perfect because you can collect them all and make so many different things. The little flags and the little banners are perfect for the layering. Frank likes to do. Of course, you can make your own little tabs if you want to add tabs to your dividers, or of course your little books inside your albums. You can add multiple tags. This one has little hearts for the weekend. On the back, you can kind of see. Of course, you have these little hearts, little circles, so many little different tabs. So these packs don't only come with your dividers, but they come with so much more on them. You can see they each have different dies in them, so you're not going to get repetitive designs. So it's perfect for collecting and having a big variety. They all come with so many pieces in them. So I just want to show you guys a little bit more of what comes inside those die cuts.
Alright, how are we doing, Daisy?
Great.
Alright, so I've already attached the second card, and I just want to show you how that's going to look after I've cut this out. So I'm going to attach this on there. And now this is my second tab, so I've already have my first thing here. I'm going to attach this on here. Again, it's a little pocket. See how cute that looks?
I love that.
And you'll have little tabs, and you can even go in here and add these little things on here if you wanted to put them in here.
Let me show them. We also have more stickers that come with this one's collection. These are some of them. These are our word stickers. You can see it comes double-sided. So you get so many
How
little
cute are
word
these?
Yes, and then we have the puffy stickers. These are so cute for adding dimensional, to all your different layers. Of course, your albums, but you can also use these in any other ways, like in your planner dashboards, of course. They just add that perfect touch to them.
I think I want to add some of these stickers here.
We also have a planner goodie pack, but we don't have it here today to show you guys. However, that pack comes with so many different stickers, and it comes with journaling cards, ephemera. It comes with so many different cute elements to add. It adds the perfect touch. I love the stickers. They're so cute. I mean, how cute is that, people? Love it. Cuddly, because we all know when you have a baby, all you want to do is hold them.
I'm gonna add another sticker right here. See how cute that looks.
Perfect.
So cute.
Now, of course, you can obviously repeat this process here as many times as you like. You can see as you kind of go along, you can go ahead and add more tabs, and definitely use the different patterns in the collection. See that? And this will be good to keeping track of pregnancies and stuff like that. Just want to show you the different ways you could use this here. See how cute that will look? Different tabs for different things.
They're so cute.
Alright, so I'm going to just show you guys the front here real quick so you guys can take a look. And of course you can definitely add whatever you want on here. And then as a final little touch, you can definitely add some glitter sheet onto the sides to decorate the sides. And that's pretty much it. That's what we have today for them. Any questions from anybody? If you guys have any questions, let us know. This was Heaven Sent 2. Thank you so much, Addy. We used our planner dies and all of these fun things to make this beautiful project. And if you guys have any questions, make sure you leave them below in the comments, okay?
Yes.
And we will catch you guys next time.
Yes,
Thank you
enjoy.
so much.
Bye, guys.
Bye.